Well, hello again from Road to Garage. It's kind of a rainy day for us down here, which we could use the rain. So I'm doing some work inside today. It's kind of the problems of having a project that's outside. And what I want to do is I'm going to get this thing set up to do some, to fill in these panels. Using some tiger hair Bondo. I don't think those would be that floppy. Let's try this. Use that. What else do I got? Looking for another piece to put across there to span that gap. So I bought a gallon of duraglass. It's a brand name. A lot of people probably use the same one or something similar. So what I've done is made these pieces to divide this two grill shells. Took some 18 gauge, bent it, folded it, made it fit between the two pieces. And a couple things I've kind of learned from my dad. One, before you go start laying that stuff, you want to tape off where you don't want it to go. Because I'm going to make these pieces removable, I'm going to tape off the sides and where I don't want it to go. You can use any tape. Just about any tape, I should say. The reason I don't want to, this is going to be a removable piece when I'm done. This center piece will be able to be unbolted and taken out. Also, when you're making something like this, it doesn't hurt to have that flexibility in the piece. To flex. This is going to go up on the front of the car. It's going to be sitting there. The body and stuff will have some twist to it. So this needs to twist along it. Well, Joe, you look like you went over the edges here. Well, I have. Remember, I'm gonna make this whole crease follow through that edge. But I don't want to stick to that bar. So then what I do is I come over and I'll find it here. Oops, that's probably not sharp enough. I usually got several razor blades laying around. And so what I'll do is I'll go through, trim this tape with a razor blade. Maybe close enough. And this process is a fairly roughing it in process, so we can be a little, or we will probably be a little sloppy with it, but also if that goes back behind it, I don't mind that either. Again, like I said, this has to be a separate piece. So it'll be three, well, more than three pieces. It'll be 4 pieces, these inserts. Well, another one would be the grill. All that has to have some flexibility to it. Along with the body, as rigid you might think it is, you will still have some flex to it. And you gotta work around that. Come on. 'Cause, 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 Now with Bondo glazing putty, you would try to be right on the money. This stuff is just to get us in the ballpark. And because it's a little bit harder material, it covers up those gaps, and it's a much harder inside. Have you ever seen people where they've done Bondo and it cracks a lot? Or it's not just the adhesion process. If some Bondo was not made to take up large areas, it was just basically made to skim on areas thicker than what you'd use glazing putty for. At least that's how I was taught. I don't know. Maybe the body guys have a different version of it. But that was what I was told the purpose of it was. Might do a couple. Want to make sure I don't damage these turn lenses. They're faded and Florida, as far as weathered. Everything, all plastic here in Florida takes a beating. If it's out in the sun any, it just gets hammered. I'll trim it with a knife. Sometimes it'll peel back up, push it back. So once I rough these in, I'll let that dry. Even if I got some spots where it's not quite perfect, but I might have some imperfection or flaws, then I can come back with Bondo and fill those almost like closer. This tiger hair is rough stuff, the Bondo's medium stuff, and glazing putty would be the fine stuff. You want to classify it as how we used it. I still have some spots showing. I don't know. Also, it's been a while since I've used any putties. We were doing the Chevrolet. It was meant to be a non-Bondo body finish paint vehicle. We never intended it to be. That's why we left all the welds and stuff rough, all the panels stitched on to have that kind of a stitchy, Raggedy Ann Andy type look, which it did very much. Here's the stuff I got. Fiberglass reinforced filler. My understanding it was supposed to be a long strand. We will see. If I can get the container open. Okay, there we go. Wasn't that bad. because I haven't used this stuff in quite a while. We will probably do a couple small batches before we do big batches. Of course, all my boards are dirty. All the boards are dirty. All right. Ouch. Alright, I gotta go turn the compressor on. Be right back. Cha cha cha. Alright. I don't think this is a long strand. It's stranded. I don't like a long strand. It's a brand new shipped can, so it's going to require a little stirring. Whoops. My tools, I use what I was taught to use. Anyway, got a whole drywall hawk board, I guess they call them, or also use something similar, masonry. This is what my dad used and taught me to use. Master every trade. As far as construction went, and then I've helped them with street rods, hot rods, or whatever you classify them. Pretty much all my life. You did a lot of rides. If you've watched, I don't know, I should put more on the Road to Garage thing. Maybe more pictures on the Road to Garage Facebook of some of the cars on there. I get kind of concerned that, you know, I'm not taking credit for any of the stuff he did. Very proud that I got a chance to work on all of them with him. I don't know of many that I didn't. From the time I can run around the junkyard. Him and Uncle Max. One good thing about the rain is drawing out some nice cooler breezes. If you hear something buzzing in the background, it's my shop fan. Got a couple little fans going here. But my shop fan will blow or draws a breeze in through the door here. So, use a standard 6-inch knife. I think will be good for this. What I'm going to do is fill it. And I wonder if I should put that back. Push that back a little bit. I don't want to stick on that bar there, but I want it to be on that plate. Yeah, I think I got that one good. So I'm basically going to fill like this edge here, and then I'm going to fill this gap up here and down the sides, and then we're going to let it dry. I need 2 pieces of cardboard or something for the bottom there. For a finish on the bottoms. Okay. Yeah, gasket material. Gonna be good? No. Needs to be wider in the piece. What I can do is do this. Usually, when I'm doing it, and if I can, I'll take and I'll use this as a finish. And typically the mud will hold it there, and that'll create kind of a floating edge. You can also use the cereal box side. It has a kind of a waxy cover to it that sometimes will pop off it. But either way, it doesn't really matter. It's not going to be that big of a deal. Again, I'm not sure how this stuff is going to lay, so we'll do a kind of a small and see how it flows. And all yeah, it's pretty warm down here, and I like to have some time to work it. And this stuff says, I believe, let's see, use 48 degree, yada, yada, mixing place. Setting time is approximately 3 to 4 minutes. So you figure, okay, well, you got maybe 60 seconds to mix if it's a smaller batch, and so you got 3 to 4 minutes to lay it. And so you'll have to, if I can, I'll see how far I go. This is all fairly rough stuff here. I'm not worried about it not sticking for the most part, although I could hit it with something. What is this block here? I don't remember what this block is. That should be rough enough on that. Anyway, we get new stuff in the mail too. This, you want to kind of knead her up a little bit. Now on this, I kind of imagine a circle and then just go across with a stripe. Remember, the clock is ticking. It's not the time to get on your phone, do any texting, and the more of that hardener you put in it, the faster it'll set. The warmer your surroundings are, the faster it'll set. So enough of what you say. I think a little's good, a lot's better. Although I think I might be kind of light. See, I think we've already closely almost burned a minute. Remember, I said 3 to 4. And go through, smooch it. This first batch too will tell us what we got going on. I'm almost wondering if I should do these tops first. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Probably wouldn't hurt to have one of these cooking meters going, would it? Ding! Your time is up, Mr. Canfield. Alright. Another lesson I learned. Sometimes when you're good, you're good. Stop. When you're close, I always go back. I can't tell you how many times I've done it. It's like, if I could just get that a little more perfect, and then there she goes. Goes completely off the rails. And let's see here. Now I try to get my board smooth and flat again. For the next batch. I'll take this stuff here. See, it's flashing right now. I can see her flashing. Yeah. So it's pretty close. They say 3 to 4 minutes, so they ain't kidding. That's a pretty good daub. I got quite a bit of area. So I would say that piece will probably take, several. Possibly three more of those to fill that. So the next one, we know what our time is. The next one we'll have to maybe pour up a little bit more and then go from there. I might even find, I see all these people using the plastic knives and stuff, and they're good. They're good. They pop and you can get the stuff off of them. But typically I use a lot of drywall stuff. That's what my dad did too. We'll use anything from a 6-inch, 12-inch, and I even got somewhere a 24-inch blade. All of them have this fairly straight edge to it. So when you're doing a big spot, like say inside of a fender or something, you can take that 24-inch blade and grab it and just drag it across that fender. Make sure your sides are tapering down, and then come back and hit it in one shot. Whereas people try to do here and there, and then they sand it, and they're always chasing a hump. Well, when you come across that big blade, you got that hump and some, and so then you're trying to straighten that whole side versus a spot. Here I got some hard edges, so it's not going to be that bad. Got a little bit over on that one. So I use the edges as my guide, and I want to be straight between there. Also, this panel between, I can remove it and sand it, sand my edges, and fit them to, because it's going to have a not a moving body gap, but a body seam, as you'd have it for where your tail piece is going, your fenders, or your front nose piece is going to go on the fenders like this one. This front nose piece, you'll have a body line there, but it won't be, and it'll be one that can flex. So all you got to do is just make it straight. Make it so they go together. I got bolts that go down through here on this. That's what's holding this together. And they also help me straighten it. Like this bar here, because this on the both ears was on the same plane. All I had to do is put this bar in here, draw holes, and put it across. Also the support brackets, the tabs on both of them. I was fairly confident that they're both at the same plane, so I screwed them down to a board. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm going to do more of it. Probably what I'll do is, I don't know if I'm going to do anything different. I am going to go find a bigger blade, and then I'll probably fire it back up again and start. So right now, Road Tug Garage. Remember, don't do what I do. You do you. Have fun. Go out in the garage. Like, share, subscribe, whatever that little clicker is. They like to say it doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't cost you anything. And we'll see you later. God bless and toad out. Okay, we're back. So I've added some more coats to it. Some more layers, and it's pretty darn rough. So what I do now is I usually take this little 90-degree sander, start knocking out the metal. And I will find me a map. I think. Okay, let's go out here. Do. Alright, all I'm really doing is just knocking down the bumpy wumpies. So that's pretty much it. I don't think you need to see me sculpt it all the way down, but I'll get it pretty close. And then I'll come back and flatten it out a little more. This area, I noticed I got to put more stuff in, right up in here. So this is a ridge, just like here, and just like here. So when I do the grill shell, the grill piece will go against that edge or down beside it. It should fit in pretty good. And that's pretty much it. When I get closer to the end or get more detail on it, I'll give you guys a holler and come back. Again, from Road Toads, don't do what I do. You do you. Have fun. Go out there and get her done. Like, share, subscribe. You know what to do. Put it on the Road Toad Garage. It doesn't cost you anything. Hit the dinger. You want to see me more, do more stuff on the Monte Coe Mino. And, yep. God bless and road toad out.